Hello, how do? Welcome back to Edgar TV, where we're going to be reviewing something I was talking about over the festive period, a changing my grip. Now, as you will know, I played at Lakeside at the start of December. It didn't go to plan. I lost, didn't play well, averaged about 80. And that was an opportunity that was disappointing that I didn't cash in, a chance for me to play on an iconic stage. I have played 3 times on the Alexandra Palace stage, but now played on the Lakeside as well. So I've played on the two, for what me are, the most iconic stages in the world. Now, for me, that was kind of going to be the end of the road because I said I couldn't continue to throw darts the way I was going. It didn't give me any pride or enjoyment to play the game in how I was doing so, dwelling in the sort of low 80s. That does nothing for me. Now, when that was done, I had no obligations, I had no commitments. I wasn't trying to get into something, I wasn't trying to qualify for something. So actually, I just started enjoying throwing darts again at home. I was just throwing on the board, didn't have to practice for a certain amount of time. And what I did is I completely changed my grip. I'm going to get to that in a second. I changed it from something that's very traditional to something less traditional in order to maintain the wrist, which is where I have the problem. Now, I found that I was actually doing it quite well, quite quickly. I was throwing good darts, so I had to go put it to the test. I had to go see what it was like. And for me, there's only one place I want to go, and that's the PDC. Proper boards, proper preparation, proper conditions. 2 events for the UK Open qualifiers. Event number 1, I got to the stage where it was starting early. I didn't believe I could prepare properly for it. I weren't sure I could sustain playing 2 days. So I thought I would rather do 1 event properly than 2 at 50%, and I'll just play in event number 2, and it didn't go too bad. Let's start off reviewing the darts before we talk about the grip. So this was my first match here. I won 4 legs to 1 against Jimmy McCurdy of Scotland, and you can go into the game data, you can have a look through, and actually it wasn't a bad performance. You'll see here quite a lot of treble visits, so not many trebleless visits, which was the thing that excited me. Lovely 180 there to leave the double 16 and took that out. Jimmy taking out a nice 115 there as well. I haven't played a bad leg there, so good leg of darts from him. And then just solid all the way through. This was one of the things that I was actually really happy with as well. Some of my combination finishes, you'll see those throughout the day as we look through, and also the improvement in the amount of double treble visits as well. You see here I could have popped the average up a little bit more at some places, like taking 3 darts to double 6, but I was happy with the 89. I was happy with the 100 plus checkout at the end of that game. 89-12 got me through that one. Now, when I came off that game, Zach Thornton was with me, came along, and he says, "Oh, that weren't bad, mate, you averaged 89. And I was like, it didn't feel like that. I feel there's going to be more. I feel there's going to be something good coming here, and it was. The next game was even better, a 94.52 average. And it's that same thing again, reducing the trebleless visits and doubling up on those 2 treble visits as well. Checkouts was a lot better in this game, finishing looking a lot more smoother, although I did miss a few opportunities early on in this game, but you'll see here as the game warms up and I'm warming into it, nice little 13 darter there as well, a couple of 2 treble visits, 180 again. I think it hit a 180 in every match on the day as well, which was good. Nice little 15 darter to win it, but again the combos, 52 out in 2, 68 finish there for the match, so nice little combos. The game I did lose was a decent game. Lost that 4-2 to Carl Batchelor. Was actually a bit disappointed I lost this. I was actually believing that I was going to go on and win this at this point. Started really well. Left 170 after 9. Ironically, this is the same building I beat Gary Anderson with that 170 finish, but this is where it messed up. Good front 9, back 9 didn't quite work out. Lost that first leg. Missed the 1-2-1 for a 12 darter. Carl's gone out. Fair play, great leg. I've hit 2 140s and a ton. Missed the 1-2-1, that's all I got. Dug deep again, found the maximum, which I found in every single game. Didn't quite follow it up, but again, missed a dart at tops. So I'm missing darts in every single leg, which was the frustration. 98 finish, nice little combo, got me back on track. Nice little 87 combo, got me back on track again. And then I missed chances here. So a good leg. This was to break the throw. If I'd have broken the throw, I'd have had the darts in the deciding leg. And it was a disappointing end there. 140 put me ahead. Gave me that shot at 64. I hit the treble 16 with the first dart, then put 2 right on the wire of the double 8 and didn't get the job done. So I was actually happy with the level of play. It was 90.81 for the day. I felt like at home. You think I played darts on the PDC Pro Tour for 11 years, 11 seasons I've been on that tour. Now, it felt like at home. The majority of my darts, when you look at like how many county games I've played or how many other games I've played, the majority of my darts are played in the PDC, and it felt like being at home. I felt comfortable, I felt good, and it was great to see that result or the performance sort of around where it needs to be. Now, the thing that's interesting, and this is what I've been thinking, I needed to be in a position where I can answer the questions, because I know there's going to be questions. There's questions in regards to the grip change from the second it happened, because people are like, whoa, that's a big improvement. You was dwelling in the low 80s, now you broke the 90 for the day. What's changed? What did you do with that grip? So, I'm going to show you. So here's my dart. Now, what a traditional dart grip is. A traditional dart grip is here, the finger and the thumb. That's traditionally the engine, the thing that drives, the thing that propels it through the air. That is normally the way you throw the dart. And then these three essentially are balance, stability for throwing of the dart. Now, when I'm holding the dart here, I put my fingers on the dart, and when I draw it back to get the angle of the dart, because you don't want the dart to be level, you don't want the dart to be pointing down. For my height, I need it slightly up, so the point slightly up. Now, when I draw it back to get that point in the angle of entry in the hand that I need to flex the wrist. So, and beyond sort of natural sort of resistance. So I'm going to have to start pulling down on the joint. Now, as I do that and as I start pulling down, that's where I'm starting to get that tug, and that's where I'm getting that overuse injury. So I needed to take the bend out in the wrist, which makes it extremely hard to throw, because you've got to now work on more of a push. And that's what I did. So to do that, what I did, instead of holding the dart here, I changed it to hold it here. Now, it doesn't look like that in hand. I'm just showing you literally. So this finger comes off as part of the throwing, and I'm throwing now here. Middle finger and thumb. Middle finger comes here on the grippy part on the front of the dart. The thumb goes on the smooth bit. Now, this finger still makes connection with the dart, but what this does now is this is acting as a stabilizer here. Because if I hold it there, you see how the point dips down the hand. So this is just... I'm not pushing on the dart, it's resting. So I'm not adding pressure to it. I start adding pressure to it, you're going to get deviation of the point. So that is purely just relaxed in there so the dart can stay high. And then this one is just, again, I mean, the less fingers the better, but just something on the point as well, just to make sure it's not going. So I'm not pushing, I'm not applying pressure, it's just resting. And this is where the pressure is. Middle finger and thumb. Now, what that does is when I pull it back... look at the point in the hand, and I'm not having to flex the wrist beyond the natural sort of sitting of the wrist. So look, wrist sits there. Wrist sits there. I don't have to pull it back any further. So to take that pull out of the wrist, I changed the finger of which I grip, and then I was allowed to push it through. So that's the change I made, and instantly got a result. Now, I look forward to seeing what I'm going to do. What am I going to go play again? Absolutely, I've got to go test it again. I've got to go see what it is. When that is, I don't know. Time is not good at the minute. I'm very time poor in regards to, I've got the studio, I've got lots of commentary work with the PDC, with Mission, with Modus, so lots of stuff coming up in that. But what I will tell you is I am going to keep practicing with this throw. I'm going to do this over the next couple of months, and you're going to see me surface somewhere, and hopefully it carries on the way it has been, and we can get some positivity in the throw, because if I feel comfortable at the hockey, then who knows, we could get some more darts. But that is the grip change, that's what it's done, and that is how I managed to put 11 points on my average from the last time you saw me to this time. Make sure you hit that subscribe, because this could be an interesting journey. Can I rebuild it? We'll find out. Subscribe.